So we finally got around to doing GR3 stage 20. This is a team I've used. Now I have had to use Idril, Laurel, and I've used a Volker with an A1 done. So if you don't have these champions, probably not for you. However, I do not have a Invisibility hero for the right hand side, so I've had to work my way around that. If you're interested in this, let's jump into the video and have a look at it. So a quick run through the team. I have used an Archer Lord, doesn't have to be that one, you can use any Archer Lord. Although that being said, you may well get away without using one whatsoever. So I've also used Idril, Laurel, and again Volker with her A1 done. That's not an endgame thing, you can collect that through tides, don't worry about it too much, although the gear is quite intensive towards the end. Now, beside Laurel, I've used Silas. You don't have to use Silas. You can use anyone who's a good single target damage dealer, although normal stroke piercing damage would be better. After that, I then used Razak and Maul. Now, you don't have to use them, however, I've used Maul on the left hand side and Razak on the right. I think if you were to swap them round, maybe Izmi could work on the left and Nyx could work on the right. I haven't fully looked at them, so I don't know for definite, but that would be my guess. Now I've used, as a tank, I've used Olag. I think any tank would do. The cheaper the better, it would make your life a little bit easier. I've used Dolores because, well, why wouldn't you? Although if your DPS is strong enough, you wouldn't have to use her, but it's a much easier way to get a nice damage boost. Healer, I think Hollow would probably be better because you can have that Rage Regen cycling around, so I think probably a better selection for Healer, but feel free to use any healer that you've actually got who's geared well enough for running this gear raid. So that's the team, let's jump into the run. Now, when the run first starts, I place Idril out at the front. I know some people place her behind and wait for the ultimate to kick in, that sort of thing. I place her at the front solely because I want as much DPS going down as quickly as possible, and she can reach there with the Lord bonus. I place Dolores behind her, and the next thing I'm waiting for is my coin cost to count up. As soon as it hits 12, then Laurel goes down. There isn't much difference in it, but again, I want as much DPS going down as quickly as possible. I also trigger as soon as I can Dolores and then Idril's ultimate whilst I withdraw Laurel. So Laurel gets withdrawn, they get the boost, then their ultimates go off. I don't worry about waiting for someone on the right hand side to appear, all that sort of thing, because Idril's A5 allows her to extend her ultimate. So she's killing these ads, she's getting an extension on her ultimate, there isn't a worry of it. The next 12 points that I get, I put Silas down or your other main single target DPS, Archer or Marksman preferably, but it doesn't have to be. I assume if you've got enough power you'll be able to get through it with anything. However, I could be wrong on that. I would use an Archer. Now the boss has arrived, we're just waiting on the boss to target Silas and take a shot. There he goes. Once we've seen that done, we can then place Maul down. Now, the important information about the boss is the boss targets the last hero you place down. So the main technique of this is we are going to let the boss chase us around the screen realistically while we DPS everything else down. So once he attacks Silas, your characters or heroes should be built in a way that they can take one hit from the boss. We then place down Maul or whoever's dealing with everything on the left hand side. So there's Silas hit, there's Maul down, Silas takes the hit for us, Maul is absolutely fine. We can then carry on playing our game through now. Next thing that happens is Laurel's back up, we place her down, we withdraw her, we get the rage boost on Dolores and Idril, and they can start DPSing again as soon as Idril hits her ultimate. Now, if we just noticed on the left hand side, Maul took the hit. That is our signal to place our next champion down. Our next one down is the healer. So the healer can stay there for a bit longer if we want them to, because, well, they're a healer and they can heal themselves. So we don't overly have to worry about moving on straight away from the healer. Healer's been hit, healer heals themselves, as we've just seen, that isn't an issue. We've got Idril's ultimate off and their ultimate in the ad on the right hand side, so that's all gone. We're in a good place right now if you've got this far. The second hit has just gone on the healer, We've now placed down someone who's out of range of the healer. In our case it's Razak, but feel free to use any AoE marksman that you like. It's a bit slim pickings, but whoever you choose, go for it. And they can start AoEing at the top. Those 3 ads there, they've taken a hit. Now we have to get down our tank next. So our tank goes down next after the person dealing on the right has taken the hit. Now the tank starts taking the hits and we're in a much better place. So everyone's down, no one's going to take any more damage as long as they deal with the mobs in front of them at range. And then the next thing we do is withdraw Razak as soon as he is taking care of the ads on the right. Now that's taken care of, we're just waiting for the 12 cost to come back. As soon as it's done, we place down Laurel. As soon as Laurel's placed down, we withdraw her, we prof on the rage, we wait for the rage to build back up, and once Dolores and Idril are at 100%, we can proc those ultimates. But again, we still don't have to worry about anything coming on the right, because Idril's ultimate goes on for so long, it's not an issue for us. And we just want to make sure that we get the boss down as soon as we can. Now, with the boss down, we're pretty much on the home run. We could start getting rid of people if we wanted to, but I don't really see a need to do that. Idril's ultimate is still on the go, so she now takes care of the ad that's coming in on the right hand side. She then starts taking care of some of the ones at the right, on the top side. Now Maul's just been sitting there building up, so his ultimate is ready to go. These ads are on quite a slow timer, so we can just use Maul's ultimate as and when we can. I keep everyone else down there in case they start to come down, and we can start firing off ultimates into them as they come down. Razak now goes on the right hand side, we don't have to worry about the boss hitting us, and as soon as we can get him up, he can start building his ultimate up. He's just there to deal with those 3 ads at the top right, while everyone else takes care pretty much of the ones on the left. Now as soon as Razak's ultimate's built up, we trigger that, and Maul on the left, we trigger that one, and we just keep taking these ads down. As you can see now, we are 21 out of 29, so it is just these last few to actually get down. So again, Idril's there, just taking away some of them, but each one she takes away, she's adding on some time for her ultimate. There's Maul's ultimate up again, we can trigger that off, and that should be it done. There we go, 1 left, done, and that's it. All done, 3-starred, happy with that. Now, I have tried the team on 21 and it's just not strong enough. So Maul isn't strong enough on the left hand side is the basic issue I have, so I would have to get better gear for him to make it a bit easier. So when you look at the gear's fine for 20, but it's not good enough for 21. Here are the champions, I'll just go over the main ones. So there's Silas, he's over crit rated and probably doesn't have enough crit damage. His build could be modified a little bit, and his artifact is up to 25. Next up we have Idril. So she is in Idril's Gaze, and that is at 25. She's got set bonuses. Again, she's over crit rated. She is very slow though. She's got less than 100 actual attack speed, additional attack speed, so you could make her go quicker and do less damage and be overall up, I would imagine. So that is something you might want to consider. Might be something I need to consider for future. Maul is just still in the old Keen artifact, and there's his gear really. I mean, I haven't changed him since I think I started GR3-20, so that's pretty much his gear, and it's been like that ever since. So I might be able to get some more damage out of him. I don't know if he'll ever be strong enough for the left hand side at 21. Whether I can use Ismi, I don't know. I might give her a try, see if she works out there. If not, I think she would be available. She would be good, so feel free to give it a try. There's Razak for the right hand side. His artifact is all the way done up and his gear is relatively good. Again, over crit rated again, but he is much quicker and his crit damage is down. So I sort of seem to have to play a game over attack speed or crit damage. My gear isn't good enough to have both at the moment. Although I do seem to get away with having too much crit rate, particularly on Razak, because I think he boosts his crit rate as well, so he doesn't even need 100. So that's pretty much the team. After that, who else have we got? I think everyone else is pretty much normally built as you'd expect. There's Dolores, she's in a new skin. I hope you've got yours. If not, get on with your Odyssey quest. And then I suppose there's Laurel as well. She's still built as she is. She doesn't even have all her gear on. Do make sure if you're using her, you've got her promoted up to 5 stars. She does need that because that is the talent that comes with a 5-star promotion, and that's the bit where she gives her rage regen. So if you're wondering how it's done, that's how it's done there. The rest of the gear, she's just got the set on, so when she goes down, she could give the set bonus to someone, the additional attack, although I don't think she does give it to anyone. I think everyone else is already geared up for it, and I don't think she's wearing an artifact either, so very minimal gear on there. She's just there to be put down and taken away, as everyone knows and is using her already. So that's my team. Hope you found it interesting. Thank you very much for your time. If you could do the old thumbs up, like and subscribe, that would help me out massively, and I'll see you all in a video again soon. Happy gaming. Cheers for your time. Goodbye.